when I scroll back to 2019, the stage was set. But what is I? I is the ego. Because when you bring the truth to the table, there is new harmony.
Ladies and gents, good afternoon and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. My name is Lucy Davis and today I am again joined by a really special guest, and I am really freaking excited that I've got to do this interview. This is the gorgeous Peter Salusa, and he is an energetic healer. I was introduced to Peter via Charlie actually some months, maybe 18 months ago now, something like that. And I am extremely privileged that I've been able to do some work with Peter over those months. So first and foremost, Peter, how are you, my love?
I'm doing very well. Just preparing a trip to the Netherlands because we live in a country called the Czech Republic. It's former Eastern Europe, and we're very happy to be here. Just have beautiful weather, just sunshine and a lot of work because it's a basic life. First of all, you have to take care for your wood when you want to heat the house, etc. Though we do a lot of physical work, and besides that, as a nice compensation, the physical work is a nice compensation for the rest of the work I do as energetic healer. I work from 2014 onwards for the universe, although for our world, just a lot of processes have been done, which I'm not allowed to talk about yet. But
which is why we're getting you out here now, just to get used to it. And you know,
and it's allowed now from about a year and a half. Lucy and I know each other longer, and she always asks, when can you come public? It's now allowed because the work what I did was really dangerous, and I had serious attacks from the dark forces because we are erasing them in a way, or dismantling them. And they 2 years ago, 2019, they blocked my back, and I hardly could walk for 3 months due to the work we do. That's why. But now the biggest work is done. The stage is set, and we're heading in the right direction. But it depends on us. It depends on the steps we, as the people, want to take.
Absolutely.
And I do this collective work, and I work on individual basis because it's really helpful. I'm not able to help anybody, but I can guide you through a process, find the blockages, just neutralize them, and support you that you can go ahead in a faster pace, and leaving a lot of old stuff, what it's stored or what you took during all your lives and so on. You leave it behind. It's just processed, and this is just the part what I do.
Can I just take a step back, because you know, on what you said a minute ago about the fact that, you know, we've been battling the darkness. You know, you were hit by the darkness a lot back 2014 and over those years because of the work that was being done. And I think this is reflective for what's going on for a lot of people now, perhaps not at the extremities to which you received it, Peter, because obviously you were one of the way showers in that world. But people are being hit hard. Now, Charlie's a really good example of this. His health is being stripped from him right now, and he's been asked to level up. And this is, you know, what we would call the dark forces working in a way that they need to be working. You know, myself in 2014, I had everything stripped from me. You know, I physically couldn't go to work because I had burnt out. I had to quit my corporate job, and you know, so it's fascinating that the waves that are taking place right now, and this level up procedure that is happening. Now, there's a lot of people out there that might be sat there listening to this, Peter, saying, well, I haven't been hit by it. No, I'm just going to say yet.
You know, it depends on how you look. You know, the dark forces are losing their power, but what they do now, they are able to implant energies, frequencies, thoughts in your head. Some people aren't able to sleep. Some people see a lot of problems in their lives now occurring. Jobs are falling away, etc. Then they get scared. Why are they getting scared? Because they are living in the head. Years ago, in our education system, and long before that, ego system is implanted, because when we have a rather big ego, or a very how do you say it, when it's very present, you're vulnerable. It's very simple to keep you under control. But as soon as you see your ego as a very good servant who is able to organize your brain, and that your heart is the captain who is in charge, because this is the way we have to go. Because as in our heart area dwells our soul, that it's within the body, and this soul is just a spark of a creator, and there is everything is stored. But if we don't go look there, we'll never find. I give an example, because some clients ask me, hey Peter, where is the documentation? Where have you documented your work, etc.? I said, yeah, in a kind of library. Yeah, where's the library? I said, okay, give an example. If you need to know something, you go to a library. Nowadays we go to internet, but when I was a young boy and got to do some things, I go to the library and ask the lady or the man at the desk, I want some information about subject this. Okay, here is a metal box, just take a look. The left one is on subject, the right one is on title of books. Okay, then you start digging, and first thing you find, and then you go into the library and you look for the book. Our life inside, that's the library, and I'm able to show you the door. But before the door, in front of the door, for a lot of people, is a lot of garbage. They don't know this. That's why they don't see the door, because everyone has to take the journey inside. We have to take the journey inside, and we have all a unique purpose here. We have a unique plan, and we have unique abilities, because there's no one the same. It's the same like the voice, because when you hear a singer, you always, if you're sensitive to music, you hear a few words and you say, oh, this is Diana Ross, this is Bruce Springsteen, this is, everyone has a specific voice. That's because we have a specific construction. Our soul tells us about how we voice, how we sound. But okay, back to the library. You go dig, you find your first book, and then in the book, next time you have to go to the lady or the man from the library again. But after a few times, you go into the library, because you know how the system works and how to dig and how to find. And this is just the way we have to go. It's not an easy way, I'll tell you, because I'm doing this already very, very long, and still finding new things, still finding some obstacles. Now, at this moment, I'm removing ancient programs. Ancient, it's not from a few years back, but very old.
So could it be from past lives?
Yes, past lives, past history, but talking about ancient of perhaps a few thousand years, and they are really solid. It looks like, when you look at the human brain, or a human how do you say it, organism, we have some old stuff stored. You clean it. Underneath there is some dormant stuff. It wakes up because the soil is off, light comes to it, it comes to fruition. Clean it. And it's an ongoing process, and it's for everybody has to do this on his own. But somewhere you have to start, and someone have to show you the way how to do this, show you the tools, give you the tools, how to learn to dig into yourself. Go into yourself, do just this heart activation. Go into your heart and go look there. Because
I have a question.
Yes.
What if, before we go into the heart, what if somebody is not prepared to look at themselves? Before we even get to what if somebody's scared of their heart, because there's a lot of those people on the planet, let's be honest about it. But what if there is, because you were talking about the ego earlier, and the ego convinces you, or it can convince you, that it's not you, it's everybody else. So what if you are looking in the mirror and you're going, yeah, but I'm all right, I don't need to work on myself. Like, what would your message be to those people? Because I truly believe that every single one of us needs to look at ourselves, whether we think that we've got our stuff together or not. Every single day we should be looking at ourselves saying, you know, could I have dealt with that better? Could I have behaved in a much more considerate manner? Or, you know, and literally looking at every area of our life, let alone the trauma and the baggage that we've got going on. So what would your advice be, or what would your you know, your little tidbit be for somebody that's like, I don't need to look at myself because I'm okay?
Well, in a way it's correct, but as soon as you look in the mirror and you really look in the mirror and you start saying, I respect you, then something happens.
Yeah.
Then something happens. Huh? Or I just looking in the mirror and I love you. Then strange things happen, because in being in the mind, it's cozy, it's comfortable. I have my job, everything is working fine, you know, and so on and so on and so on. But the purpose of us here is to develop our consciousness, not our ego, our consciousness. But the consciousness is not in the head. But for some people, it's just here. It's I don't know if you can see it with the camera, but there is the consciousness. And that's what we need to develop. It's written in the Bible, go and look for me. And they change the message and they say, go and look for us. I'm the priest, I'm the rabbi or whatever. But it's so simple. It's so close to you. And that's why it looks so far away, because going inside is not always the easy job.
No.
It's not always funny, because we did a lot of very, very dirty stuff. All of us.
Yeah.
All of us. It's not, you know, because we were abusers, we've been abused, we were leaders, we have been slaves, etc., etc. That's because it's part of a development process. And if you have been in the situation, then you know, oh wow, it feels like this. Yeah. Because you can imagine a lot of things, but if you never ever had a real cold, or never been close to a very extreme high big fire, you never will get the real feeling of the danger, or of the how do you say it, the quality, even the quality of life. Because if you work in your head, it's always spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning. And if somebody's talking to you, you're not able to listen, because it's and somebody talks to you and, oh, you're telling me something.
And we've all got these imprints within us whereby we see a fire and we're like, oh my gosh, no. And we're calling on those past memories of when we maybe were the arsonist, or maybe we got burnt alive, or, you know, this is the way that we work. We are literally just so many imprints of different experiences and different lives and different, you know, circumstances that have taken place, which is why a child can be a bit like a young child, 4 years of age, and have such a fear of something because they remember it from a past life. They remember it from a previous experience. And it's not because they're crazy or that they are fearful of nothing. It's because they have lived in that situation before and they remember it.
Yeah. And this remembering is mostly a program what's hidden in the subconsciousness. And the subconsciousness, it's our automatic pilot. It protects us. And even when you are a child and somebody was really harassing you or whatever, this is what you store as a small child. When you got grown up, you're able to defend yourself. But the old program, the primary program, still kicks in. Yeah. And that's what you see, that a lot of adults behave like children. Oh, they took my bicycle. Oh, they took my, you know. Probably someone
throw themselves on the floor and start having a temper tantrum.
Yeah. But this is just the program kicking in, because it's our tool to support us. Because if we should process everything consciously, what's happening around us, when you're driving a car, if you should all impulses, you drive 20 kilometers and you knock down, because
it would be too much.
It's not working. That's why we have this system. But on the other hand, the people who were in charge know exactly that if you traumatize a child, it's an easy victim forever.
Yeah.
It's an easy victim forever because you only have to do this and the child is getting afraid.
Yeah.
I've been walking on fire just in 1996 with Anthony Robbins in Brussels.
Yeah.
You tell me, of what should I be afraid? You know, of what?
Yeah. And it's quite interesting when we actually look at the times that we've been through recently, where it's really come up into our consciousness about mind control and programs like that. You know, I won't say the 3-letter organizations out in America, but we all know what I'm talking about when I say this, because otherwise I'll probably get banned on my channel for saying those kind of organizations. No. But we need to remember that there are pockets within the brain that have been created based on things like that, you know. And it's the same with children. If a child has been abused, there are certain behaviors and certain mannerisms and certain trauma responses that will come off the back of those experiences. So like you say, Peter, it's so easy to manipulate somebody who is in fear.
Yeah. And this is just what I experienced. I've been burnout too, just in 2006, 2007. But I went further, where my body said, you should stop. And I came to my home doctor and he said, oh, Peter, you're a lucky man. Your stomach is the weakest part, because otherwise you would have been a dead man. I said, what do you mean by this? He said, you ran so far and your body gave you so much signals, and your will is so strong and you have a strong heart, and that's your lucky part. Because I got diarrhea and I thought, what's this? You know, could eat and no problem. And that's what he said. He said, you spoiled your battery. It's over. Wow. And in 2006, he told me, go to the Czech Republic, take your wife and your children and leave this country, he said, because it's bullshit. 2006. Wow. And I stayed 10 years because I thought, because I've been educated in the system. My parents say you go to school and you have to obey, blah, 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 blah.
I'd like to talk about this stubbornness, actually, because there is a real prevalent stubbornness thread through a lot of us. Like, I used to be extremely stubborn too. I would keep pushing. But what I've noticed, particularly through this month of May 2023, is that a lot of this has been coming to the surface, particularly in men. You know, the stubbornness, the holding on to the past, you know, and I'm not saying it's not happening to the ladies as well, but it's really been prevalent within the men, you know, keep on pushing so they get taken out. You know, they're missing the signs. They're not recognizing that the health issues or the, you know, consumption of alcohol or the, you know, whatever situations they're getting into, fights or arguments or whatever, they're all signs that the universe is saying, hey, you need to change something here. Don't keep pushing forward. So what do you think that is, Peter? Do you think that that is literally just the ego driving them? Or do you, like, what do you think?
It's in a way, for me, it's just the power of the body. Because when I look back at myself, because I've been through a spiritual education, I was not seen as a child. You know, first of all, I was not welcome, because my mother said, oh, she got pregnant because she knew it. You know, if you have sex with a man and you don't use anything, there is a possibility, especially those days, because women are very fertile those days, and men too, because you have one-time sex and you have a baby. So it's not not 20 days exercise. It's just
I have to say that still happens these days too, Peter.
yeah, but you know, and this was the imprint in my youth. And they say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this. And what I did, I started to, you know, I'm a fighter. I'm not stepping away. Though what I did, I started performing. I started outperforming, because everything what I did and still do, but now not from the same drive. It's, you know, for instance, I started playing trumpet, and I was about 9 years old, playing the first trumpet in a band. And I did this for about almost 40 years, playing trumpet. Wow. On the first part. Well, not always the first part, because in 2000, I went to a brass band, really the English brass band. This is the top level of musicians. And then the conductor said, yeah, but your tone is so fabulous and this and this. I said, you know, but my technical performance, because I have problems with reading, speed reading, it's really difficult. No. And I told him, I said, this is my limitation. Take my tone, I'll take the second part and I play this. But there you saw the outperformance. I did the same in my job, started as an electrician. There was nobody better, and they say, oh, you have to go to the drawing room because you're so accurate, blah, blah, blah. And doing sales, doing planning, doing financial research, because that's why I got burnout, because I was the last several years of my career, I did fraud prevention and protection in banking area. That's not working.
We know what that entails.
No, it's very simple. You know, if you're a fraud protector or preventer and you work in an area where they create fraud, somewhere you get exhausted.
Yeah, because you're chasing your tail. You know, you're chasing your tail.
And you're diving into projects, so you're finding some cash flows which are not so correct, and then your boss say, "Hey, Peter, come. You're digging in this area. This is not for us." I said, "But it's absolutely fraud." He said, "Could be, but no, we have to stay in the middle of the road because this is." I have my restrictions. That's what he said.
And then your authenticity starts to take a battering, right? Which is the most challenging thing that most people are going through, is if you're not 100% in your authentic voice and your authentic views, you're going to get hit. That's what hit me. I know it hit you doing that role, you know, because you can't be the person that you need to be and speak your truth and stand up and say, hey, hang on a minute, this isn't working, or this doesn't somehow stack up. You know?
That's why.
Yeah.
But this is really important that people find their mission in life, because when I put my mission in life, one word: restoring harmony. That's my task.
Yeah.
And it has several levels, because when you bring the truth to the table, there is new harmony. Because if there is untruth, there is disharmony.
Yeah.
In the music, if you playing the wrong tune, it's disharmony.
Of course.
The conductor is getting a little bit sad, but in your life the same, because when we look at our body, it's all frequency.
Yeah.
It's all frequency. Light is frequency. Yeah. Sound is frequency. It's all frequency.
Our cells are vibrating at a frequency. I love it, Peter. You've got so many orbs dancing around you. I'm loving it. Like the whole video, I've seen orbs just dancing around you.
Okay,
I feel like I'm at home with you right now, you know? Normally when I do videos and I've got a dark background, I've just got orbs bobbing around me. So I'm loving it. My followers are going to love the fact that you've got orbs everywhere. They keep bombing around all over you. So
okay. No, it's really
energy,
nice.
A testament to your energy. So just what you were talking about then, like, I love your mission, by the way. I love your mission. That is just such a stunning mission. I truly believe that I am the reminder of the eternal truth. That's truly, I believe that I have been brought here to trigger people and to remind people about consciousness, because at the end of the day, the eternal truth is consciousness. That's it. You know, It's not about, you know, Donald Trump or the RV. It's about consciousness. It's about taking us to a completely different level of which we need to be. Now, all of these things that I just mentioned are very important pieces that we've had to step through on this journey, and I'm not belittling that, but we're actually past that now. We're actually stepping up into a layer whereby we're really having to turn the camera on ourselves right now. Would you agree with that, Peter, or what do you think?
That's correct, because it's up to us. When I scroll back to 2019, the stage was set. Even the black nobility and the priest who were running this world are just out of order. I've been working on this with a team. It's not my achievement, because I'm the connection between the extraterrestrial frequencies who are not working on this earth. I'm just kind of a transformer, or how do you call it? 2019 in November, it was finished. Financial system is changed, etc. And then I asked, okay, will we be successful? And the answer was very clear. It's now up to the people. If they don't pick it up, this earth is lost. And I was really shocked. But then you see, slowly and surely, people starting to unravel themselves, their areas, their relationships, everything. And then you see, because there's a lot of talking about QFS and all this stuff. I can tell you the message I received in 2018. I was in a commercial course, in the German commercial course, and I heard in I'm not exactly, I've written it down somewhere, but it was in 2018. And there was told to me that the financial system will change in 7 to 10 years from what we have to a system based on our values. Our values. But QFS is not based on our values. But if you think about this, we had a system, or we have a system, it's based on nothing. Yeah, officially, it's based on our birth certificates, but that's another subject.
We won't open that can of worms here.
No, but it's in a way, it's based on nothing. Yeah. But if I tell to anyone in the street, any man in the street, and I'll tell him or her, you have a value of, I don't know.
Let's say €1 million, just for, you know.
Trillions, quadrillions, whatever, because we create. Yeah. And someone who's creating adds value to the system. We add the value to the system, same like the animals, because they add value to the system by their doing. But we think that we are superior, but in a way, when you look at a dog is far more superior because they see spirits. They know exactly who is wrong and who is right. They bark to the people who have a bad temper or a negative energy. But what I saw there, and what we now will see, we need something solid, something valuable, and this will be gold, silver, and all this stuff because we think it's valuable. It's just the meaning we give to it. And then in the future, we go to a system based on our values. Yeah. And I'm not sure if we then still have some money or how it works. I don't know, because I heard this message and I was allowed to tell this. Yeah, and this teacher said, oh, that's amazing. I said, but how will it work out? I said, I don't know. No. And now you see slowly working it out. And time is just, it doesn't exist. We created time.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that, Peter, because I was always shown that we were going to step much more into like an energy exchange kind of banking system. So yes, there would still be some sort of value, but it would be very much based on energy exchange. And of course, you're not going to go and do business with somebody that you disrespect. You're not going to do business with somebody who lies. You're not going to do business with somebody who you don't trust. So I totally agree with you. It's going to be based on your own values. And I just want to raise this because there's a lot of people out there that think that they are saintly. They, you know, oh, I'm a good person because I help a few people out and I'm a good person because of this. But then behind closed doors, they're really not a nice person at all. And I think this is where we just need to raise the consciousness once again, is that you cannot blag what goes on in consciousness. Like you can't. You might be able to blag human beings and you might be able to pull the wool over people's eyes in a physical 3D form, but you can't do that as you ascend in consciousness. Look at these orbs. They're like pow, 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 pow. They're liking what I'm saying. They're dancing. It's amazing.
Okay. Yeah. But this is just what we will experience as soon as we are good connected to our hearts. And it's a journey. It's not, you know, I do this twice a day. In the morning before I wake up, I make an intense connection, and in the evening too, and sometimes during the day. I'm just imagining I'm just in my heart area. Sometimes you can use your hands, put your hands on your chest in the beginning, and later on you're able to imagine to go there, and then you feel quietness. And if your head is trying to spin, or if you have to do a lot of things, just a few minutes breathing it, and you say, oh wow, yes, let's take a look. And then, and this is important, that we go into our heart area because our intuition and our feeling is there. And when you see somebody, you look them in the eyes and you say, oh, I don't like it. And you can't tell why at this moment. Or somebody is walking by and you say, ooh,
shady
or
energy.
Somebody's shaking your hands. Somebody is shaking you the hand and you think, ooh, do I got everything? Yes. Oh, I got my 5 fingers back. But this is just where we're heading for, that we know immediately who is truth and who is untruth. Because there are a lot of artists, you see them, nice face, and they stab you a knife in the back.
Actors, I think there's some great actors out there.
Yeah. We saw it even in the group, in Charlie's group, because I've been a certain time as in the Insiders Club, and I experienced energies, and there were a lot of people just who you see them on the chat, and they are just trying to stab Charlie a knife in the back and a nice. This is what.
See, I don't get this, Peter. This is like on a 3D level now, like a Lucy Davis rather than a, you know, conscious being conversation. I don't get it. If you don't like someone, just don't hang around them. Doesn't mean you need to bitch about them, backstab them, or anything like that. Like, that's showing the kind of person that you are, not anybody else. Like, if I don't like somebody, I just unfollow them, or I step away from them, or I block them. It's as simple as that. Why do you need to keep conversing about it and drawing attention to it? Like, it's bizarre behavior.
I don't know. Perhaps they have some feeling that they feel themselves better when they stab someone in the back, or just.
Well, it's a control thing, isn't it? It's a power thing. I'm more powerful because I can, you know, manipulate and I can, you know, control things. But actually, you're making yourself look quite foolish.
But what is I? I is the ego. I am powerful. I am this. I am no, because when you look at me, you can't find me on the internet, perhaps from the past or something like this. But the things I did.
Wanted fraud investigator.
No.
I'm only kidding, Peter.
not even that. I think, you know, I was once in LinkedIn. I moved away. I moved away from Facebook. I'm just only have the Telegram channel for the clients who want to contact me, and for the rest, and that's it. Because doing things in the background is far more important than standing in the front line. I give you an example. We lived in Zeeland. It's a province of the Netherlands, and our son was playing in an accordion band, and then all of a sudden the director said, "Hey, can you be a chairman here?" I said, "Why should I?" Yeah, but we think you have the knowledge, and yeah, you know, and okay, yeah, it's possible. But when we had the meeting, just where they introduce you and you tell to the people, and they say, "What do you want?" I said, I take care of this group for the long run, what's necessary to keep you healthy, financially healthy, and most important is, what do you like? Because you have to tell me what this group of musicians, amateurs, what they like to do, what they want to have, what they want to see. And then the secretary said, "Shut up." I said, "No, this is, we are the board, and the board is just there to steer the whole group of musicians, make the circumstances in the right way." And when we had a yearly concert, I just only stepped forward and said, "Hi, I'm just the chairman. I would like to thank you for buying the tickets, and I wish you a lovely evening." And later on, say, I didn't know he was a chairman. He said, yes, the director said, you never see him. He's doing a lot of things in the background, and he's never stepping forward if not necessary. Yeah. But if there's a problem, he said, step aside, because he'll take you out. But this is how life can be. Not everyone has this, because they want to, no, I'm this. No, you know, I'm just
I resonate with that so much.
Who is developing his consciousness, and I'm gifted that I'm very sensitive, and that I always see and find more knowledge about how our universe or universes are constructed. Yeah, because it's amazingly wide, it's amazingly big. And I came across a book, it's lying downstairs. It's about our universal journey. It's written by a man who is in Australia, and he did a lot of research on this issue, and he's telling about how we were manipulated for thousands and thousands of years, and what we think of the universe is just one universe. What we think about the creator is just one creator. And I can tell you a nice thing. When I went into spiritual education, the teacher said, yeah, you're a bad man because you created your own universe and you had a conflict with God. Those days I couldn't understand this. Now I got information, and now I understand, because everyone can create his or her universe. Absolutely. And this is what the power of us is, and this power lies within the heart. Yeah. For if you know, magic. It's magic. We're pure magic. And it's because when you make a heart connection to somebody, just you cannot do it online. You know how it works. You know how it feels. You don't even have to touch somebody.
Yeah.
You feel, oh, we have connection.
Yeah.
And then you can exchange information, and in the future we can communicate. But this is,
and this is really where we're going, Peter, isn't it? We're basically connecting to our soul family via our hearts, and then we're getting the telepathic messages. So how many times have you messaged me and I've gone, oh my God, I was just about to message you, and vice versa? How many times, you know, have you been thinking about somebody and then they just pop into your inbox, or pick up the phone to you, or, you know, it's pure magic. And what you were just saying about creating our own universe is exactly where we're at. We are living and breathing the universe that we are creating.
Yeah.
Now, we also need to, give credit to the fact that we do have contracts and we are here as messengers for other people. So, for example, I know when you and I connected, first of all, Peter, we were like, oh God, we remember each other. We remember each other from way back when. This is really cool.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you meet people and you go, oh, I remember this person. Oh, now we're going to go on a bit of a journey together because I need to help them heal or level up, or they need to hurt me, or like whatever. And this is the part of the human experience, is the way that I like to call it. We are pure magic, and we can choose an easier path if we choose to do that by getting connected to the heart and listening to the heart no matter what, not listening to the ego. You know, I've actually, Peter and I have spoken about this, but I've actually kind of like sacked my guides a little bit recently, because I'm like, no way, you guys lead me astray far too much and I'm not having it. So you need to be starting to get connected with who you are and what it is that you choose for your life, and creating your own universe.
Yes, because it's a contract, it's everything. And this is what people don't imagine really. Everything in life is based on contracts. The government, you have a contract or you don't have a you don't have a contract. In a relationship, you have a contract with the creator who gave you this body, and you made a contract. And you say, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to learn this, I want to add this, I want to whatever. And then we come here and we go here down, we come down in total amnesia. Because we start. And then we start.
As soon as we come out the womb, that's it, we're wiped.
Yeah, bloop, it's bloop. And
hello,
then,
we're here again.
Yeah. And then we start our journey. And if we are, you know, the place where you land is just what you decide to do, because you come in a family and you think, oh, I can add something for them. But some people don't listen. They won't listen. It's the same at this moment. There are a lot of, yes, a lot of people who are cozy in their ego.
Yes.
That it's possible, but they will not raise their frequency. They will stay there, and they will still have their ego problems, because when you have an ego, you have good and bad. And
of course. And it can be the most helpful thing, your ego. What I found recently though, Peter, is that the most people that are in their ego are saying, you're in your ego. When people are like pointing the finger, you're in your ego right now, it's actually like, oh wow, thank you for showing me where you're at with yourself. This mirror thing is taking place.
It's like, it's really, they're looking in your face, and it's their face, because you're reflecting things. If you have you meet someone who is what's irritating you, it's I sometimes have this with some people, and I think, oh, I have to do something, you know. even when you go to a gas station and somebody's sitting there like being angry, and I'm normally not angry, but I'm a happy man. But you know, if I have a heavy night, because my soul travels during the night, and sometimes I have so much done that I'm really, leave me in the bed, you know. And my wife knows this, and I'll tell her, okay, just do your thing, make your day. But I always start slowly, because we as entities, as souls, have it depends on our soul construct. But we can, some of us can work on 14 different levels, 20 levels, 32 levels. It depends on what your soul construct is. And it's at the moment it's very busy. And
just a tad.
Yeah, but then you experience in the morning that your physical body still needs some rest. I don't know how this mechanism works, because it's lying in the bed, and still there is some interaction between the physical body and the soul, what moved away and did the things and so on and so on. And I often ask, because I asked this extraterrestrial groups, and I said, hey guys, what am I doing there? Because I'm really curious. What's this, you know? Investigating, and then they say, you know, your mind at the level where you are now cannot comprehend what's happening there. You could lose your mind, because you are able to do things and to create things in a way you can't do at this level where your physical body is. And your physical body is the vessel what you use at the moment to travel around, because you choose to take this mission.
You crazy man.
Yeah, you're in this stuck area. You know, your spirit is just thinking. Yeah. It's done on purpose. I can't blame anyone. I can't blame anyone.
We were at the front of the queue, Peter, weren't we? I'll go. Yeah, come on, I'll go. What were we thinking?
Yeah, could be. Yeah, could be that I said, okay, we have to go to change this, because this is really, these people are so stuck in the mud and so on. And you know, telling the truth is not always easy for them. No. And then you see, but what I see, and it's a very positive development. People I spoke 5 years ago, this man is a hobby pilot, and I met him. He wants to be a singer. He's already 72 or something like this, but his idea is still singing as a tenor. And I met him somewhere. He came to the doorstep, and I said, "You're a singing teacher?" I said, "Yes, but can I get some lessons?" I said, "Okay, can we go to the church?" If you want, I have to ask the mayor for the key, and then we can do exercises. We had some lessons, and we had dinner, and he said, "Yes, I'm pilot, and I know about this and this and this." And then, you know about this stripes? Yes, it's contrails. I said, "Oh, that's what they told you." Now, today, he calls me, "Peter, we need to discuss about some things, because I see some strange things," and he's living in Germany. He said they are deindustrialization. The deindustrialization is really getting very high pace. I said, yeah, this is the plan of the people in the background. They won't bring us to poverty. They won't bring us to poverty. And then he said, yes, I don't see any stripes anymore in the sky. I said, yes, here it's, you know, in this country, you know, when you want to fly, you need a lot of money, and they don't have the money. It's bullshit, but that it's not. But you see a lot of positive changes. We have here a new president. It's a general. I checked him, white hat. Yeah, you know, I ask, and his energy field tells him. And in the beginning, he made some, because you can't be too obvious. Yeah. And in the beginning, it was about pensions, and then he made a proposal about people could, retired people should get 1,700 crowns extra, though it's about, what is 70 euros or something like this. And then the parliament, and he had to agree with the parliament, and now they get 777. Everybody is angry about him. Was a bad man, and he's for the parliament. And I told my neighbor, he said, he's for the people. He said, how do you know this? Just look. What happens last week? He said, yes, we have electricity company here, and we take it back. We will be the state owner again. Wow. And this is the step. This is what we call Nezara Gezara, or it's the small step. It happens and we don't see it. It happens and we don't see it. In the banking area,
because it's not in the way that we've been conditioned over the last few years to have expected it to land in our laps.
And what he tells, yes, for us it's important that the electricity is safe for the people, and that we can control the prices, because they are double from the past. And there you see the small steps. And the Netherlands, you see the stupidity of this programs of this three-letter groups. That's what you see. And there you see the big differences. And then you see here in the East that they still care for the people, although they had communism. And this was not a funny game what they had here in the past. It's not a funny game, because I spoke to real old people, but they are still taking care after the people. And this is what is important. We are people for the people, because it's we, it's not I or you or And this is what we need to go back to. We need to understand that we're just a part of nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not just superior to, because if you see what we have produced in the past, all of us, inventions, blah, 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 making always pollution.
Yeah.
Because when you go into the woods and a tree is growing, it has no waste.
No.
The waste that it has, it drops on the floor and it
rejuvenates itself.
Fertilize. Yeah. And this is what nature is. And we thought we were superior.
Yeah.
And we have to learn.
What I love about the tree system as well is that they help each other. You know, the roots of the trees will help each other. So say if you were slightly under the weather at the moment, like Charlie is, we could just use our roots to send Charlie the energy and the goodness and the vitamins and minerals that he needs. If we were trees, that's how, and I love the way that works.
Yeah, but we can do too, because we can send love.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would prefer that if people want to send him something, just center, first do the centering and then send love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when you're centered, you're close to source. You're close to the creation, and as close to what real love is. Because light has several abilities. Because light can contain information. Though they always just see this small message. Oh, love and light. No, send somebody love. Because this is pure. There is no discussion about, because love is love.
Absolutely.
And if people want to do this, just first, when they want to do this, it will help him. It's always good. Because when you're sending love to someone, it's always uplifting.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always, and you, but do it like this. Just put your hand on your chest, breathe in, and when you feel you're centered, then you send love to Charlie or to anyone else you like. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Just from a pure intention, but you have to use a pure intention.
Yeah.
And this is what you see. What I experienced in the esoteric branch, because I had an education and I translated the course even from Spanish to English, but I stripped it down to almost nothing, because it was completely infiltrated by the dark forces, the whole esoteric branch. Even what they talk about Christ consciousness, it's crap.
Yeah,
it's
well, I think that's the whole process of what we're going through right now, Peter, isn't it? Is that we're all of the inversions, like we've looked at the politics, we've looked at the money, we've looked at all the, you know, Hollywood, things like that. Now we're looking at ourselves and we're recognizing all of the inversions and the inversions in the Bible. Like this is a massive step forwards that we're going through at the moment. It's everything is coming up to the surface in all of the different religions. There's purging taking place around the world. You know, we're seeing it in Italy, massive purging taking place with Mother Nature and, you know, all of the different circumstances that have gone over there, the rioting, the flooding, the mudds, you know, and it is a literal purge as far as religion is concerned from where I'm standing.
And as soon as we connect to ourselves, we start asking, what's true about this?
Exactly.
And, you know, my parents always hated me because they said, when you question, you know. And I start questioning. Why is this? Oh, shut up!
I question everything, Peter.
You told me to question. Yeah, but not us. Yeah, but why do we do this? What's the reason for this? Is there a reason for this? What does it take? Why should I do this? Etc. etc. But questioning, because the one who asks the questions is in charge. Make a phone call with government agency or whatever. Start asking the questions.
Absolutely.
And you
absolutely
asking the right questions.
Well, you know, this conversation is amazing. I'm like, we could be sat here for 5 hours talking about this stuff, Peter.
Yeah, we take another one.
Let's do another one soon. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think we've created so much, and I love something that you said about that amnesia, and I think what I'm going to call this video is awakening from the amnesia, because that's what this is about. It's about gently elevating people's consciousness, just those tiny little baby steps, and hopefully people have just recognized, oh, maybe I'm in my ego, or maybe I need to question more, or maybe, and that's all this video has been designed to do. Obviously, send love to Charlie. Please do get connected to your heart space and send love to him. You know, Peter and I have both been doing some work with Charlie, and you know, I know lots of you around the world have been sending love. So please.
And what we have to remember is that some people don't want to go the new way because they choose to live a life in suffering. They choose to live a life in following the medicine.
Drama.
Yeah, but it's you know, it's an experience.
Yeah, and it's their choice, and we're not here to judge those people.
No,
we're here to just let them get on with it, you know.
But show the way, and you can go this way. You can always contact me, Lucy. Have the information if you need some specific help or specific questions. But it's your way, and we are only guiding you. We're showing you the door, but you have to step through it. That's how it is. And if you don't want, for you it's cozy. It's cozy. Okay.
Exactly. Now, go on.
Yeah. Okay.
So all I was going to say is I think that's the perfect place to end the video there today. Ladies and gents, if you want to be able to get hold of Peter, I'm going to pop his details underneath this video so that you can reach out to him directly. And also do remember that tomorrow, the 31st of May, is the launch of the new Self-Love Club membership, which I'm bloody excited about. Although I've only had a few days off since the last one, so God knows what's going on. But
my finger for you.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. And Peter, we must get you back on again really soon. I'm so glad we've been able to do this. I can also share that you will be involved in Soul School going forwards as well, won't you? We've been speaking offline about that, so I'm bloody excited about that, ladies and gents. There is so much more that you're going to be to see of Peter. And Peter, I feel so privileged that you've taken the time to do this video with me today. Ever so grateful. We are soul family, as we know. We've been done this many lifetimes together, but it's a pleasure doing it this lifetime with you, my friend. Everybody, ladies and gents, please give it up for Peter, and he will be back super soon. Lots of love, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.